Hi guys, Ben here from Ipswich Fitness. I'm just finished writing a blog about my journey with regard to my eczema and my nutritional principles and why I've done what I've done. Now if you're watching this video on YouTube, you can follow the link below and that'll take you to the blog at the website www.ipswichfitness.co.uk. And on there you'll be able to read a bit more about my journey and the reasons why I'm doing this. But essentially, people change the nutritional principles. It doesn't always have to be for fat loss. Mine never was. It never had to be. I always was quite lucky in that my body was always I was always in relatively good shape. I never really put any weight on. And anytime I lift weights, I put a little bit of muscle on, and I struggled to put a lot of muscle on, but it was easy to look in half decent shape. So nutritionally, there never seemed any real need for me to step forward with it. That wasn't until around the age of, I think it was around about 22-ish, 23, or 20-ish really, when I really started drinking a lot more alcohol and stuff. My skin started getting incredibly bad. And it took us to about the age of 23, 24 when it got ridiculous, when my skin was completely covered in eczema. Yeah, I couldn't get any relief from it. It was probably about 80-90% covered in eczema, about 20% just in scabs alone. And it was starting to dominate my life. It was starting to take over my life. It was starting to ruin, starting to affect relationships, starting to affect my confidence, starting to affect my ability to train and to work, to be honest. I remember I had 2-3 days off just because I couldn't leave the house with how bad my eczema was at the time. So it come to a point of where I had to go, what I had to do. I had to do something. So obviously first protocol was the doctors, and I'm not one for medication, never have been. I don't like it. But I had arguments with doctors about what types of nutritional principles and stuff I could do, and they turned us away and said that nothing can be done nutritionally. You need to go through medication. So I haven't done that for a little while, and just seen the strength of the creams getting stronger and stronger. I really didn't want to do it, but it got really bad. So they gave us an incredibly strong cream, which essentially it enabled my skin to heal a little bit. But by no way was that cured, because anytime I stopped the cream, the eczema would come massively back, and I just started using more and more of it, and I didn't want to keep going down that path, so I had to look for different principles. I had to look for something different to do. So that's when I started the journey on my nutritional principles. If you look below the video here, you'll see a long list of kind of things I've done over the 6 years. Now it wasn't all straightforward. I've tried doing roughly chronological order as to what I have done, but it's taken 6 years now to get to the point where my skin is completely clear. I use a small amount of hydrocortisone cream, maybe once a month, if that, now. And that's gone from something, that's a small tube that way. I was going through a big tube of the strongest cream I had every month or so. So there's been dramatic changes. It's just taken a long time, and being persistent with me changes. I remember the first time someone suggested fish oil, and I tried it, and it just didn't do anything. I couldn't understand why someone said that would help, but there wasn't immediate reaction. So the video is basically going to be, I just want to talk a little quickly about what areas I've tried to change. So the first area I tried to change is really starting to detoxify myself, starting to get some of the rubbish out, stop putting crap into your diet, so stop putting chemicals and toxins into your system. Because it's generally an overburdening of that, so removing them for me was the first protocol. So I went organic foods. I got a water filter for me tap and for my shower, to remove toxins from that side of things. So that was initially the first thing I done, and seen some good results from that. I also went organic with my foods and stuff, and got me meat from a butcher's. That made small changes, but I was still on creams and stuff and trying to move forward with it. The next stage was to really clean up my diet, so starting to take out things like gluten and dairy, so starting to play about with the different things I can take out of my diet to try and stop the effects. So a lot of sugars came out, I've tried I went clear of alcohol for a period of time, and to this day I've dramatically reduced that. And also a lot of this is about trying to cleanse my liver and fix my gut health. So I went through good health protocols, so using glutamine, probiotics, digestive enzymes to enable us to absorb good quality nutrients and to fix everything internally. And so I went through all that process. I also went through a process of trying to really of cutting stuff out environmentally from my system. So I changed my washing powders, changed my showers. So I was trying to, anything that went on my skin, I was trying to clean up as well. So I was trying to put as little toxins into the skin as possible. And then there was supplements, okay guys, so another kind of health side supplements. So a couple of supplements that really helped me. Firstly, when I started trying magnesium, I realised I was massively magnesium depleted. So that had a big part. It helped reduce my stress levels. I took a bicarbonate solution. That helped again reduce acidity levels within my body and helped reduce my stress levels massively. Green drinks helped detoxify my system. And now regular fish oils, I take stuff like that. So, however, they weren't all quick fixes, and it wasn't because one thing worked or one thing didn't. It's a combination of all these things, and it's taken me around 6 years to really clear all my skin and get it sorted. So the video effectively is just trying to emphasize the importance of sticking with what you were doing. Again, eczema is not a massive condition that causes a lot. You wouldn't imagine it causes a lot of problems, but I know people who suffer with it badly, and it does affect your life. So there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things I've implemented with my daughter that have helped with her as well. And she's nearly clear. She's pretty much clear of that as well. So it has taken 6 years, guys. It has been a continual process of getting better every day, every week, every month, making sure everything I do is progressively better, and it's taken us to this point now to get here. So I just want to emphasize, like, guys, what I've put here will work for your eczema. It will eventually help your eczema, but you've just got to stick with the goals. You've got to stick with it, and you've got to really think long term on this. So I really genuinely hope this little blog helps with anybody who's suffering chronically with eczema. And I look forward to hearing any responses you may have. Post in the box below just if there's any benefits to the thing, or anything that has worked for you that might help anybody else reading this. Thanks for listening, guys.